Yo, what is up guys? Sensik here. Almost a year after its release and good month before Black Ops 2 comes out, it's time to evaluate the most recent game in the Call of Duty series, Modern Warfare 3. In this personal evaluation, I will break down everything that is Modern Warfare 3 and give each point a grade ranging from A to F. So let's get into this. First, the campaign. The campaign in Modern Warfare 3 is stupendous. Brilliant storyline, epic moments in action, great voice acting, very emotional, and spot on places for the environment. I really thought that Modern Warfare 3's campaign was the best of any single player mode in the previous Call of Duty games. That campaign wasn't always about getting to the end of the level, it was about what would happen next. Even though every single player mode does that, I feel Modern Warfare 3 did it the best. Therefore, I give the campaign an A. Next is Special Ops. The mission mode offers 16 stock missions and up to 8 DLC ones, which can be played solo except for 2 or with one other person. It's an idea implemented in Modern Warfare 2, and they brought it back with the addition of public leaderboards, giving it a much more competitive aspect. Very amusing to beat on veteran and trying to break the world records, but also lacking replayability to a certain extent. Survival mode is an attempt to replace zombie mode, but it's nowhere near as much as fun as zombies are. The idea is good, but the attachments, the restrictions to one perk, and armor are worthless. The first 20 to 30 waves get boring fast, and the inability to pause the game when co-oping makes it very frustrating to say the least to restart after death. Could have been much better. As for Chaos mode, again, it's fun for the first few times you play it, but after a while it just isn't fun anymore. Props to them for trying to implement new game modes, but this one is a swing and a miss for me. All in all though, I'm going to give Spec Ops a B. Alright, on to multiplayer, which is probably why we're all here. We'll first start with weapons, weapon balance, proficiencies, attachments, and camos. Like in Modern Warfare 2, some weapons are seriously overpowered. The new ACR, UMP, FAMAS, and AA-12 were again the ACR, the MP7, Striker, and FMG9s. Unlike Modern Warfare 2 though, they actually released patches to nerf some of the OP weapons and buff up weapons such as the M16 and LMGs, which is good, although rather late in the life cycle of the game. The shotguns are primaries, just like in Black Ops, but the machine pistols remained secondaries and dominated the secondary weapon slot. The faster draw time of pistols doesn't make up for the sheer power of an MP9 or dual FMGs. With the launchers nerfed and ammunition not refilled by Scavenger, their usage is limited too, except for the Stinger. The LMGs were buffed to a 3-hit kill at maximum range, and with range being unaffected by silencers, even with the buff, they were still underused. This could be caused by a combination of slow running speed and the slow aim down sight time. After all the patching though, there's still a great difference in effectiveness in each weapon category. The proficiencies are okay, but only a few are used. Attachments, kick, and stabilities are the ones I see most of the time. Nothing changed much within the attachment slot. The hybrid and hammer scopes are the new ones, but seldom seen in Modern Warfare 3. As for the camo, gold camo unlocked at maximum proficiency is a nice addition to the game, giving you a good reason to level up your weapons and providing a better camo unlocking system than the Modern Warfare 2 headshot challenges. From what I've seen in Black Ops 2 though, gold may soon be an afterthought, as there are some pretty cool camos coming out. For the weapons, their balance, proficiencies, attachments, and camo, I'm going to give MW3 a B+. On to the perks. Some brand new perks were introduced, such as Recon, Stalker, Marksman, and Quick Draw, where others were based on or emerged from older perks. The perks I consider useful are Scavenger and Sleight of Hand from Tier 1, Quick Draw, Hardline, and Assassin from Tier 2, and Sitrep, Marksman, and Steady Aim from Tier 3. I'm not going to go into each perk, but I'll talk about the new ones. Recon was essentially a 10-second Blackbird if you hit a guy with a bullet or with a flash or stun grenade. Awesome perk, especially in Search and Destroy. Stalker, not a huge fan of it, but it does seem like when you have it equipped, you win more of your gunfights because you're able to turn on people more. Marksman, probably my favorite perk in the whole game. It's awesome to have the ability to see the enemy essentially anywhere on the map when aimed down sight, unless they have Assassin equipped. And finally, Quick Draw. Having the ability to aim down sight and throw your stuns faster is a huge advantage to have over the other player. All in all, I'm going to give the perks an A. Next up, the spawns, maps, and DLC. The revenge spawn system is horrible, gruesome, dreadful, and I already mentioned, goddamn awful. Don't spawn somebody behind me. Just don't do that. The system was way better in previous CODs with 2 main spawn points, especially in Demolition and such. In the games prior to MW3, you literally had to be inside their main spawn to let them spawn elsewhere. I can only see a possible reason for this system to avoid spawn trapping, but that wasn't a brilliant attempt to tackle the problem, to put it mildly. It's one of the 2 main frustrations for me, this and the lag compensation. As for the maps and DLC, I think they did a really good job with the maps. As usual, they were bright and colorful, and there were a ton of them. Every month, it seemed like we were getting at least 2 new multiplayer maps, and to that, I applaud. It kept the game fresh. As for some of the DLC, MW3 introduced us to Face Off, which lets you play 1v1, 2v2, or 3v3. It was good for when you couldn't get more than 3 people in a party. The problem was, unless you're playing 3v3, get ready for the biggest camp fest of your life. Guys hiding with the bitch perks, just waiting for you to run by, was extremely frustrating. As for 3v3, when you kill a guy, make sure to do a complete 360, because when that person spawns in, who knows where they could be? They could be anywhere around you. But that goes along with the spawn system, which we have already covered. Face Off was a great idea, just maybe not thought through enough. Not going to give this section a grade simply because I have 3 totally different subjects in one. Speaking of the DLC, let's talk Terminal. Yes, it was a good map in Modern Warfare 2 and a fan favorite, but I don't know what's the worst of the two. Modern Warfare 2 noob tubes or Modern Warfare 3 lag compensation and revenge spawn system. The frequency of this map in pre-game lobbies is still one every other game, which makes it boring because it often gets chosen too. While it's free content, it wasn't the best Modern Warfare 2 map in my opinion, but it's a nice addition to the game, and did I mention it was free? I give it a B+. On to everyone's favorite topic, lag compensation. No, just no. While the concept of everyone having more or less the same advantage might look good, and I'm sure it worked fine in the Infinity Ward beta testing room, it just doesn't work out worldwide. Being punished severely for having a better connection just doesn't make sense to me. Already implemented into Black Ops, it wasn't that much of a problem there as it is in Modern Warfare 3. I really hope that this isn't the wave of the future because this failed miserably. Go back to whoever has the best connection in the lobby and let everyone else connect to him. It was something that worked in previous CODs, so why change that? Lag compensation, you get an F, and if I can go lower than that, I would. Alright, we're up to point streaks, the Moab, and death streaks. Modern Warfare 3 introduces to 3 different strike packages, point streaks being customizable for each class and restarting after the last one is reached, and being able to scroll through point streaks. These are definitely steps forward. It's something that's often overlooked, but they did a really good job with this. The Specialist package essentially turned you into a super soldier when reaching your 7 kills, and I have no problem with people having every perk once they achieve that. It's the support package that A, shouldn't be in the game, or B, have such powerful kill streaks such as the Stealth Bomber, EMP, or the Escort Airdrop. When playing demo and you go into overtime, there's just that one bomb. All the team has to do is throw the escort drop over there and the game is essentially over. It's the one package that needs to be totally revamped if it's going to be in the game. As for Assault, I'm really happy with all the kill streaks there. Maybe get rid of Jug and the Osprey Gunner, who runs those anyway, and throw on the Stealth and EMP. Adjust the points accordingly and you're good to go. I'll just briefly touch on the Moab. It's definitely harder to get than the Tactical Nuke. I'm glad they put it in the game though. It really makes you feel good when you see that thing show up in your screen. Lets you know you really kicked ass that game. And finally, onto the death streaks. My opinion is that they shouldn't be in the game at all. You shouldn't be awarded a dead man's hand kill by dying 6 times in a row. There just isn't any place for that in the game. Final Stand may be even worse. It seems like whenever I drop someone into that, it's 50-50 whether I win or lose. Get them out of the game. There's no need to reward someone for dying. I'll overlook the death streaks and I'll give this section a B+. Moving on to the game modes. The popular game modes from the previous games in the series are present, but some new ones including Kill Confirm, Team Defender, Infected, Drop Zone, and All or Nothing were added. I'm not going to go in depth with each game mode here, but I'm going to give MW3 an A for adding new things that we haven't seen yet. Onto the scoreboards. The progression made in Black Ops with the announcing of flat caps, offense and defensive kills has been thrown into the bin, going back to a Modern Warfare 2-like scoreboard, providing only the basic information. No idea why they did that, but it's a step backwards for me, and therefore, gets an F. Barracks, accolades, titles, and emblems. They remain mainly unchanged from Modern Warfare 2, no titles or emblems for getting MOABs, unlike in MW2, leading to a less amount of boosting, which is a good thing, but nothing new. Black Ops player card system with the custom emblem was much better in my opinion, therefore it gets a C- for a grade. On to the Prestige Shop. The Prestige Shop was a brilliant idea and did a great job promoting the use of prestiging. However, as time went by, people started to realize it isn't that great of a tool, and the only good thing was unlocking a weapon forever and custom class. And then for whatever reason, Infinity Ward added 10 more prestiges to the game, so the reset all stats was completely worthless. But all in all, a good idea to have the Prestige Shop. I'm giving it a solid B for a grade. Moving on to Theater Mode and the Vault. The Theater Mode was a decent option to use, but sometimes great games would not show up on the recent games, or part of it may not have been recorded for some reason. If it did show up, there was a good chance the file was corrupted. This was especially bad within the first few months of the game, but has been fixed since. I'll give this a C-. And that brings me to the last point that I want to make, Call of Duty Elite. For the majority of people, Elite was only bought to get the DLC early, and a lot of people didn't use the other features, me included, such as leveling up clans, competitive play, and others. For the common gamer, Elite was only good to have that extra advantage for the downloadable maps. Also, not to mention the completely faulty service in the first week or so of release. Infinity Ward was definitely not prepared like they should have been. Thankfully, Treyarch is going back to map packs and everyone gets them at the same time. Therefore, I will not be renewing Elite. Call of Duty Elite, I give you a C-. In conclusion, while the campaign and special ops were good, the multiplayer is the one thing that keeps us playing the game, and it has significant flaws. Revenge spawn system and lag compensation being the most frustrating ones. The newer and less talented players are given advantages to help them out, but can ruin your streak or game in general. After all, being quite an updated equivalent of Modern Warfare 2 in most aspects, they could have done way better in these 2 years of development. Still, not really a bad game and enjoyable at times. I hope Black Ops 2 will do a better job at providing a solid Call of Duty, which will be played for a full year before being completely burned out on. My final grade for Modern Warfare 3, drumroll please, B-. So there you guys go. Make sure you hit that thumb up button if you enjoy this, and let me know in the comments below what your final grade is for Modern Warfare 3. I'd be interested in seeing that. Other than that, I will see you guys in the next video. Later, players.